The elephant in your mind, breaking free from hidden beliefs holding you back. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. Before you stand a giant elephant. Its skin is rough, weathered like cracked leather. Its breath heavy, the ground trembling beneath its feet. This animal is majestic, powerful, enough to uproot a tree with a single movement, strong enough to shake the earth with its step. And yet, what hold it captive? Not chain, not a cage, just a thin rope tied to a wooden stake, barely strong enough to hold a child's swing. Next to this towering creature stands a little boy, no more than 10 years old, guiding it as if it were no more than a house pet. Now let that image sink in. 1,000 pounds of strength obeying the dog of a child. That, my friends, is the tragedy of conditioning. The hope is in our lives. You and I, we are no different from that elephant. Somewhere in your life, a rope was tied around your mind. Maybe it was the teacher who told you you've never amount to anything. Maybe it was a parent, out of fear, saying, money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe it was a boss who crushed your dream with the words, stay in your lane. In your childhood between age 0 and 7, your brain was in what scientists call the theta state, a hypnotic state of openness. Every word you heard, every belief you saw modeled, every limitation someone spoke over you, it sank deep into your subconscious like carvings into wet cement. Now, as an adult, those carvings shape your steps. That's why people live broke when abundance is waiting for them. That's why people stay small when greatness is in the DNA. That's why many died with their song still inside them, because they never realized the rope was an illusion. How conditioning works. Think about this. A child ridiculed in school for raising their hands learns to keep quiet. Decade later, they still fear speaking in front of a crowd. That's classical conditioning. A worker praised only when they overwork, learns to measure their worth by exhaustion. That's operant conditioning. A family that constantly says, people like us never get rich, to generation after generation to settle that social conditioning. These are not just psychological terms. They are invisible prisons. And here's the hard truth. The bars of these prisons are not real. They are beliefs, illusions, doctrines, rope tied to stakes that can no longer hold you. Breaking the rope, so how do we break free? One is awareness. Start by naming your rope. Ask yourself, whose voice am I really hearing when I doubt myself? Is it my mother's? A past boss? Society itself? Awareness turns on the light in the dark room. Why awareness must be the first step? Awareness is like turning on the light in a dark room. Imagine stumbling in a pitch black basement. You'll hit your shin on furniture you didn't even know was there. Once the light comes on, nothing has moved, but suddenly you can navigate. That's why awareness is the first step. Conditioning lives in the subconscious. It's automatic. You don't question it because it feels normal. Awareness interrupts the autopilot. It allows you to see the beliefs for what it is, a program, not your truth. Without awareness, you'll try to change outcome without changing the cause, like trimming weeds instead of pulling up the roots. In practical terms, once you notice, wait, this belief that money is scarce didn't come from me. It came from my parents' fears. You already loosened the rope. You can't fight what you don't see. Second, interrupt the pattern. The next time you hear that inner critic says, you can't flip the script, ask, but what if I can? Feel the shift in your chest when possibility enters the room. 3, reprogram the mind. Just as repetition builds the old rope, repetition builds the new path. Speak affirmations, visualize success, journal your new identity. Every time you write, I am worthy, you tighten the knot of freedom around your mind. 4th step, theta state. Work meditation, mindfulness, and deep breathing. Open the door to your subconscious. This is where you plant the seeds of the new you. Imagine yourself living the life you dream. Smell the leather of the new car. Taste the air of your dream vacation. Feel the pen in your hand as you sign the check to pay off your debt. Engage your senses, and your mind will believe. 5, test the rope. Step into fear. Sign up to speak, even if your voice shakes. Launch the business, even if your hands tremble. Every act of courage is a hammer against the state. 6, community of liberated minds. Surround yourself with people who don't just dream big, but live big. When you work with free people, your step becomes freer. I once spoke with a man who said, Sheila, I want to start a business, but I can't. Nobody in my family never did it. We just work jobs. I looked him in the eyes and said, brother, that's the rope. That's not your truth. If no one in your family has broken free, you're called to be the first one. And he did. And he did it. 6 months later, he had his first client. Today, he runs his own company. That's hope. It was an illusion the whole time. Let's make a quick review. What we learned. The elephant teach us you are stronger than the rope. Conditioning shape you, but it doesn't define you. You can reprogram your mind to awareness, interruptions, repetition, meditation, courage, and community. My friend, hear me. The rope is not real. The stake is not strong enough. The cage door has been open the whole time. You were born for more, born to rebuild your identity, to elevate your mindset, to walk in financial freedom. This is your time to step forward. But before we move to meditation practice to achieve theta brainwave state, let me tell you something. If today's message stirs something in you and your soul, don't just listen, act. Grab my book, Quiet Your Mind, Awaken Your Soul. It's your guide to breaking free from the noise and stepping into power. Visit my Beacon stores, link in my bio, for tools and resources that will help you rebuild your identity and create prosperity. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Coach Sheila, for weekly messages that will light a fire in you. If you're ready for a personal breakthrough, email me directly at coachshelove@gmail.com. coachshelove@gmail.com. Let's walk this journey together. Because you, my friend, are not the conditioned elephant. You are free, you are powerful, and your future is waiting. I'm going to give you a practical meditation exercise to access theta state. This is a 10-minute awareness meditation designed to help you drop into theta brain waves and touch your subconscious. It is perfect for beginners, but deep enough to reprogram with practice. Step 1, set the atmosphere. Just for 2 minutes, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and lie down. Dim the light. If you can play soft instrumental music, tune to 432 Hz or binaural beats in theta frequency, 4 to 7 Hz. Step 2, breath work. For theta shifts, 2 minutes. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly to your nose for a count of 4. Hold gently for 4. Exhale slowly to your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat for several rounds, letting your body sink heavier into stillness with every breath. This rhythm naturally slows the brain waves from beta, alert state, to alpha, relaxed state, then into theta, dreamlike state. Step 3, awareness, scan, 3 minutes. In your mind, imagine yourself holding a lantern inside a dark cave. Shine it gently on the walls. These walls represent your subconscious beliefs. Ask yourself quietly, what belief has been holding me back? Whose voice do I hear when I doubt myself? Don't force answers. Let images, memories, or emotions float up. They might surprise you. For example, you suddenly remember being told at 6 years old, stop dreaming, that's unrealistic. Step 4, reprogramming with sensory imagination, just for 3 minutes. Once a limiting belief appears, say softly in your mind, that was their woe, not mine. Now replace it. Imagine yourself living free of that belief. See, visualize yourself succeeding on stage, in a business, in love. Feel it. Notice the expansion in your chest, the relaxation in your body. Hear it. Hear the applause, the supportive voices, the sound of your own laughter. Taste it. And smell it. The celebratory meal, the fresh air of freedom. Repeat the affirmation, my truth, I am free, I am powerful, I choose. Step 5, for 1 minute, place your hand over your heart. Take 1 deep breath in. Exhale slowly and say, it's gone. The hope, it's gone. Open your eyes gently. Write down any insight that's come up. Why this works? Theta is the doorway, the conscious and the subconscious mind. The awareness scans surfaces hidden beliefs. The sensory imagination, using sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, rewires the brain faster because the subconscious speaks in images and feelings, not logic. Thank you.